Gazing up into the darkness, I saw myself as a creature driven and derided by vanity, and my eyes burned with anguish and anger.
So, who's this boy meant to be? Is it you?
The artist, like the god of creation, lives within or behind or above his handiwork, refined out of existence, permeating through every cell in the universe, yet at the same time indifferent.
Your parents think you're suffering from delusions of grandeur.
They give me the same name as a Greek deity, and they expect me to be the same as everyone else. And I'm the one who's deluded.
They say you're dressing up as a bird.
It's a falcon, actually.
That you're going door to door, proclaiming yourself to be the next great prophet. Here it is. Dear Dr. Bloom, we are very worried about our son Stephen. He has been behaving very strange as of late. Stephen has become convinced that a great hero of the ancient world is talking to him directly and telling him he must sail away and find his father, who is currently trapped on an island south of Etica. Can you help us? Yours faithfully, Simon and May Dedalus. Can you help us? Yours faithfully, Simon and May Dedalus. Well, Stephen, can I?
He has given me wings.
Come again?
When a soul is born in this country, there are nets flung at it to keep it from flight. People speak to me of religion, language, and politics. I seek to fly past those nets.
A face looking two ways, towards terror and towards pity. You see, I use the term arrest. Neither propelled nor repulsed, art which creates desire, which invites us to possess the object, is pornographic. Its shadow is repulsion, didactic, and both are improper. But aesthetic arrest, to behold the sublime, that is the true nature of an epiphany.
But you still haven't answered my question, Stevie. What is beauty?
The artist creates beauty. What it is that is beauty, that is a whole other matter. Let us take woman, for example.
Let us take her.
All cultures have different ideas of what makes a woman beautiful. They all admire the quality of beauty equally. What goddess they hold up high, she will decide their fate.
It's like what you always say about virgins and street fires.
Mysterium conjunctus. What goes in must also come back out.
Enough metaphors, right? Come to facts.
You have yet to give us your take on the national question. Parnell and Tone. So far you've dealt with these two men like a typical reactionary.
You think that you impress me when you flourish your wooden sword.
Art is all well and good, Stevie, but a man's country has to come first. It has to.
The English language is always an acquired speech. I have not met nor accepted these words. My voice holds them at bay. My soul frets in the shadow of this language.
Ireland first. Ireland first.
Do you know what Ireland is? Ireland is the cold sow who eats her own farrow.
Look, Stephen, there goes your beloved.
She's probably flirting with the Dean again.
Ah, come off. That was all in your head.
Are you not weary of ardent ways, lure of the fallen seraphim? Tell no more of enchanted days.
Second fit of second-rate artistry is the last thing we need from you, McCann.
Well, that's a strange thing to say about your own poem.
The spirit had filled him, pure as the purest water, passionless spirit, sweet as the sweetest dew, and that night had been enchanted.
The bell, farewell, oh farewell, farewell my mother.
Do you know what Ireland is?
In the virgin womb of the imagination, the word had been made flesh. The rose and the light was
In
her
the fiery
ardent heart.
pit, so dank and dark, the helpless human soul would fester in flames, burning in pain, forever in eternity and beyond. Not for himself, but for the words, so beautiful and sad, like music.
The rose and the light was her ardent heart, passionless, and passionless.
Yes?
I couldn't get any kind of a yoke to give me a lift, so there was nothing for it, only to foot it out. It was pitch dark almost. At last, after a bend in the road, I spied a cottage with a light in the window. I went up and knocked at the door, and a voice called out,
"Who's there?"
"Who's there?" I answered that I was over at the match and would be thankful for a glass of water. After a while, a young woman opened the door and brought out a big mug of milk. She was half undressed, as if she were going to bed when I knocked. And her hair was hanging, and I thought, by her figure and by something in the look of her eyes, that she must be carrying a child. She kept me talking at the door for a while, and I felt it strange, because her shoulders and breasts were bare. She asked was I tired and would I like to stop the night. She said she was all alone in the house, and that her husband had gone to Queenstown in the morning to see off his sister. And all the time she was talking, Stevie, she had her eyes fixed on my face, and she stood so close to me I could hear her breathing. When I handed back the mug at last, she took my hand to draw me in over the threshold and said,
"Come in and stay the night. You've no call to be frightened. There's no one in it but ourselves."
I didn't go in, Stevie. I thanked her and went on my way again in a fever. At the first bend of the road I looked back and she was still standing at the door.
The last words of Cranley's story sang in his memory, as figures of other peasant women he had seen standing in the doorways at Clane when he was a schoolboy. A type of her race and of his own, a bat-like soul wakened to the consciousness of itself in darkness and secrecy and loneliness, and through the eyes and voice and gesture of a woman without guile, calling the stranger into her bed.
In the myth, Dedalus helps the Queen of Crete cheat on her husband and cuckold him with a bull. That's how she gave birth to the Minotaur.
Best to keep you at arm's reach then. I've enough problems in that department as it is.
What?
Are you going to write anything after this?
I had an idea. I was going to tell the story of the greatest epic in the world over the course of a single day in Dublin. But I guess there's no point writing something that no one will ever read.
And it's hardly as if you're going to find a grand champion strolling along by the Liffey anytime soon. But it might put people in mind of their past. History is important.
History is a nightmare from which I am trying to awake.
You mentioned you wanted to be a priest as a young lad.
In the beginning, there was the Word.
What made you change your mind?
Are you not weary of ardent ways, lure of the fallen seraphim? Tell no more of enchanted days.
Why did you leave the church, Stephen?
When I was 10 years old, I saw the gates of hell open up before my eyes. Demons and devils clawed their way up from the earth. They were hungry, threatening. With sweet lust coating their lips, they sought to swallow me whole. The church was my only road to salvation. Then I saw her. I knew then I couldn't give her up. She meant everything to me. Now I'm going to hell. I'm going to hell because of her, and she barely knows who I am.
But what if I could become one with something greater than myself? Would she love me then?
Looks like we're out of time. Same again next week.
I can't. I'm moving to Paris tomorrow.
Bloom.
Is that Jewish? Old father, old artificer, stand me now whenever in good stead.
Are you not weary of ardent ways? Tell no more of enchanted days.
Who are you? Who are you? Who are you?
She's no one. She's no one. You barely knew her. You saw her once and built a fantasy around feelings that you couldn't let go. A love that you want to live without. She's not real, Stevie.
Liar!
Who told you my name? Who opened my spirit? until it vanish like smoke. For I forge your wings to fly. You fear tumbling into the sea. You think the soil can hide you from the flames of your destiny, the pains of your past. I am your beginning, and I am your end, and my will be done. Find me, forge me, in the smithy of your soul, in the streets of your city. August in Annam na Erin. Find me!
Okay, I'm nervous. Stephen? Stephen, wake up. Come on, Stephen, wake up. Stephen, wake up. Wake up. Oh my God. He's awake. Stephen, it's me. It's Nora. Don't you remember me?
Nora. Oh, my dearest Nora.
Christ almighty, Dedalus. You look at the state.
Not the place I'd personally go to find the meaning of beauty.
A few farewell ales before you went to Paris, they said. Nothing too spectacular, they said. 3 days later.
And on the third day, he rose again. How is the head kinch?
Where are we?
You tell us. I mean, we've been traipsing around after you ever since you vanished from Finnegan's pub on Friday night.
We're in a shed at the back of some random fella's house, Stevie. He told us you were stumbling around drunk last night looking for a man called Ulysses.
What? Don't act a fool, Kinch. I mean, every man we met said the same thing. An outrageously intoxicated young Jesuit came by not so long ago looking for a lad by the name of Ulysses. Or Odysseus, even. I mean, the translations vary from person to person.
What? Doesn't make any sense.
Well, go on then. Who is he?
So, you found your man?
Yes, we got him, safe and sound. Sorry for all the bother.
Ah, no harm done. Sure, I've had a few rough nights myself over the years. It's all about being young and free in this foggy old city of ours. Did you find who you were looking for in the end? Ah, best let him get some sleep. Nothing clears notions out of a head quicker than a night on hard Dublin stone. If you guys don't mind, I'll be off. I've an appointment up in Camden Street with an affluent merchant who doesn't take too kindly to the traditionally contemplative method of waiting. You know the way out.
Wait, you dropped something.
Mythological fixations. And an eye for life's flourishes to boot. I think you have the makings of an artist, young man.
My favourite's from chapter 4. How does it go again? Oh yeah. When you stage a rebellion with hurling sticks, don't be afraid to swing for the bullets. They are yours to hit and miss. A reactionary till the end.
Are you alright?
I saw the whole world contained inside of a book, Nora. All the entrails of the universe were in those pages. It's all happening together.
Well, I always said you should have stuck to music. Come on. We don't want to be late. Paris waits for no one.